Bollockz, Roger de Saar. Haven't spoken to you for too long, mate, on this show. You've gone down to Cape Town. You're 1,000 miles away from us, mate, but still producing the results. A nice little result Tuesday night, wasn't it? You pulled off a nice little win over Supersport United 2-0. You got all your youngsters out there. Your Rogers, your Keegan Dolly hit the bar, mate. How's it going in Cape Town, Roger?
Firstly, how's it? Great to talk to you again.
Yeah.
It's always good down here, isn't it? There's something about the place that feels like you're on a permanent holiday always. You know, sometimes you got to remember that you still got to work. No, but it's been great. Ajax is a fantastic setup. Facilities are second to none. And then, you got this fantastic youth policy here, and they just keep producing the youngsters. And, nice to work with them and some nice talent.
Yeah. I mean, I think that would have played a very major part in your deciding to go down there. Having had such a tough time at Orlando Pirates, but with 3 cup finals thrown in just over 18 months. Now you're at Ajax, where you get all these young kids desperate for a place, and probably the best academy in South Africa, would you say?
Without a doubt. Or facility-wise, it's definitely the best. And obviously they've been going for quite some time, and it's well structured, and obviously it needs to be tweaked here and there, and obviously some new ideas coming in. But I think the other big factor was the link with Ajax and Amsterdam. They are the major shareholders, and after talking to Overmars and a few other guys in Holland, it was an easy decision for me.
Yeah, I mean, when you got Mark Overmars interviewing you for a job, I mean, I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm a bit of a fan. How do you say no to people like that? But, Roger, I have to say that, having done Ajax now completely safe, Ajax comfortable in mid-table, you could push on to something even better. What I like is you're playing attractive football. But then when someone like Al Ahly in Egypt start putting stuff in the Cairo newspapers in hard-to-read Arabic, saying that you are being approached, and Zamalek already approached you, the second biggest club in Egypt, well, arguably, and then Al Ahly, the African champions, did print that they'd approached you and hoped to have you in charge for next season. How do you feel about that? Do you know anything about that?
Look, firstly, it's always good to be wanted. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But I do have a contract with Ajax, and I'm committed to it.
Yeah.
But in football, it's one of those things you can never say never. It might be in Ajax interest to sell me. You never know. But right now, for me, I'm just interested in doing my job here. I've just bought a house, and I'm settling in.
Mate, you bought a house in Cape Town?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's settling in, mate. With the prices of houses in Cape Town, it's nearly as bad as London, mate. How did you... That's interesting. Okay, right. So there goes... And then you can buy a house in Cairo too.
Yeah, absolutely. But look, it's an investment as well. I think it's more than just buying a house. But look, it's nice to be wanted. It's nice to have interest from the biggest clubs in Africa. And obviously I'm honoured and very flattered. But, I've got a job to do here first, and I've got to do it well. And whatever comes off Egypt, we'll wait and see. It's still a long way. I think they're only talking about next year, Jan, Feb. So, I'm not going to look too much into it. I've got things to do here first.
Yeah, and am I right in thinking, I don't know where I read this, that Zamalek actually approached you as well at some point during the African Champions League campaign?
Yeah, there was contact made while I was when I was still over there, playing, coaching Pirates, and we were still campaigning in the semi-finals, and there was a bit of contact made.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I heard.
At the time, I was committed to Pirates, and I still had another year and a half to go, and I didn't want to entertain it too much. This time around, it just really came out the blue. I got a few calls from Egypt. Started off with reporters, and obviously it's grown. I think you guys are very good at growing these little things that get thrown around.
Yeah, sorry, that's what we do. I apologise profusely.
You sometimes know more than us. Actually, no, most times you know more than us. So, yeah, it's good to talk to you. I'm getting a little bit more info.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that Joe Cran and I picked up the Al Ahly stuff. I also picked up... It's very difficult to translate some of their papers from the Arabic. I've been to Egypt, and they do have English-speaking papers, but they're not big on the internet. I did manage to translate last Tuesday that they also had a big they had a large amount of interest, was what it said in Muslim, in Arabic, a large amount of interest in Ace Manisa, Opar Manisa. They didn't know what Opar meant. I tried to make some calls. I got some emails back from their journalists, and apparently both you and Manisa are attractive to them. And that's the way that they put it. Can you imagine? I don't know how to put this, Roger, because I know you're happy at Ajax. I know that there's all kinds of possibilities for you in South Africa. But how much would it interest you to go to Al Ahly with a lad like Opar Manisa, who I think has got miraculously quick feet, and to try and find a niche there, given that there's also political problems, of course?
I think it's another world in Neal. I think, one, you're going to the biggest club in Africa, I'm sure. I mean, you just look at the crowd, and I mean, I visited their club when we were there, and we saw their facilities, and their interest in football is massive. So yeah, to be another step in my career, really. But I haven't really looked too much into it, to be honest with you. I'm taking it as still very, very fresh and rumours, and and I'm not really looking too much into it. I think if it happens that the NUMAC contact with me sort of directly, and they come here in person, and they contact my agent, then obviously I'll have to really weigh things up. But right now, I just see it as castles in the sky. Really, I don't look too far into it.
No, sure. I'll actually castles in the sky. Now listen, Comfort Kesra, my producer, is a massive Orlando Pirates fan. He always wants to talk to you when you're on. Comfort, what do you want to ask, Roger?
Actually, my questions are relevant now. I should have asked them like 2 months ago.
About
No, actually,
player of the season.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. Firstly, I'd like to thank you for what you did at Pirates. I think you did a brilliant job. You took us to the finals 3 times, and
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought that was great. But then again, we're running a little poll on Twitter, and we want to know who listeners think that their the player of the season on the PSL is. And we'd like to know who's your player of the season.
Well, I think a lot is going to come down to the title race for me.
Yeah.
I think it will come down to these last 3 matches. I know people say, yeah, but what about all the matches leading up to this stage? But I think the focus really is right now in who can sort of step it up a little bit. Mm-hmm. And depending on the 3 clubs, I think, Katsande at Chiefs, I think he's been instrumental for them.
Yes!
That's Neal's favorite, yeah.
I also think that Bollockz at Wits has been fantastic.
Hey.
And then Shoot at Sundowns. I think he's been the pillar of strength at Sundowns. So I would say one of those 3, and I'll put it down to whoever wins the title. Hold
on, Roger. Yeah. Just take, mate. I'm desperately tweeting here. Roger, just take me through it. You're listing Willard Katsande. Who's your other one? Bollockz at Wits, yeah.
And Shoot, the Dutch player, the centre back.
And Shoot, the captain,
yeah.
Shoot, captain at Sandawana, yeah. That's interesting. I've thrown Teke Modise into that because I think he's had a good second half of the season. I've thrown Bernard Parker out because he's been so poor since Christmas. And you throw it all around, don't you? And interesting that Ntumalen Kune has hardly come up on Twitter this year.
Nah, I think he had his year, and it's very difficult to have 2 in a row like that. But that would be my choice. Those 3. And then again, depending on who gives it the final push now in the last 3-4 games.
Brilliant, mate. That's exactly what we wanted, wasn't it, Comfort? Yeah. A nice range of possible PSL players. Roger, I'm going to need 3 answers from you. Who's going to win the English Premier League?
Well, it's for Liverpool to lose, isn't it? And
yeah.
I think for English football, I think it's been nothing better than seeing Liverpool win here. I think there's a lot of die-hard fans that want Liverpool to win. A lot of guys have come out of the cupboard. They've been hiding for a long, long time.
Yeah, since 1990, yeah.
Yeah, since the 90s, yeah. I've got Sander Zesterveld as my goalkeeping coach. Yeah, every time I walk in the office, he's got You'll Never Walk Alone playing louder and louder every week in the office. And I think just to calm him down, I really hope they win it. And also there's a good possibility that Liverpool tour Cape Town. And I think on a personal note and a little bit more selfish, I'd love them to win it so that we can play them here on the 18th of May.
Oh, May 18th.
Yeah.
Is there a possible friendly lined up with Ajax?
Yeah, there is a very strong possibility, and imagine if that happens, and they're the champions, it will be even better for us to fill up the stadium and it'll be great.
I didn't make, because we're so far away and I haven't got a passport for Cape Town. I didn't even realise that's confirmed. I saw debate about it. So May 18th, Cape Town Stadium.
There's
Ajax
still a
Cape Town.
possibility, yeah. It's still not confirmed.
Not
but,
confirmed, okay.
It's penciled in, and who knows? Let's see.
Mate, that's absolutely brilliant news. Okay, Spain. What about Spain?
Again, I think Barca have blown it. I think last night, I think that last moment where Neymar hit the post just shows you what the season's been like. And I think that it's going to go to Atletico Madrid. And again, it will be good for Spanish football. It's not just a two-horse race.
Yeah.
It's nice to see somebody else step in and sort of rattle the cage there a bit, because it's been Madrid, Barcelona that have controlled the team for a while.
So Atleti, okay, and finally, this is the one that you can't answer without getting pelted.
Yep.
What about the PSL?
I still think Chiefs are favourites. I think Chiefs have done it before. They know how to do it. They're still well-structured, very disciplined side. They've got a good variety, and they're leading, So I think they're still favourites to do it. And only Wits can spoil them a bit. If they spoil it, when they play Chiefs, obviously it changes. But nice to see that, it's going to go right up till the end.
Good. Comfort?
Yeah. Roger, just on the Twitter sphere, we have one question for you. I know that you're good friends with Gordon Egersend and you've been supporting him, and he's been supporting you as well. And Akona wants to know, would you consider a job as Bafana coach if you were asked to?
I don't think there's a South African that would turn that down. I think if you're a genuine South African and you're a football lover and you're serious about your job and you're confident in your capabilities, I think any South African coach will never turn it down. It's almost like the Pirates job. It's an opportunity that comes and might not ever come again. So I think it's something that if it had to happen, obviously I would have to seriously think about it. And obviously my heart would say yes straight away.
Yeah.
And then my head would have to really sit and weigh up what it entails and what the situation is like, and obviously take it from there. But something that I don't think there's many people that would say no to that.
Okay.
Great stuff, Rog. All right, mate. Look, I mean, we still have to see what's going to happen there. Will Gordon, there's a big report coming from Safanet today. We've then got Australia-New Zealand friendlies. Just very briefly, are you still considering helping out with Carlos Queiroz and Iran in Brazil?
Yeah, I think that also, again, those doors are always there for me, and I've got to weigh those things up as well. I think depending on how much work I've got to do here, and obviously also, firstly, what Carlos needs and what he wants. It's going to be also, but I've got a job to do here. As you said, as I told you, I've bought a house, I'm relocating, there's a lot of work to do in the off-season. So, I've got to think about my priorities and take it from there.
Great stuff. Roger, thanks so much for speaking to us. Always good to chat to you. Best of luck, in those few games left at Ajax, and let's see where you end up. Great stuff.
Thanks very much, and we'll chat soon. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Roger.
Thanks.
Cheers, mate.
Bye.
Okay, great stuff. Roger Dessart, a great friend of this programme. He tells it like it is as well. I mean, obviously there were things at Orlando Pirates that happened. We a couple of times we spoke about it on air and off air. I think ultimately what you said, Comfort Keswa, Orlando Pirates fan, is spot on. Thanks for your services. Did a great job. Gone down to Ajax, doing okay. Al Ahly in for him. Possibilities at Bafana if Carlos Queiroz goes there, because him and Carlos go back a long way. It involves his dad as well. Fascinating.